some of the major issues that Nkandla raised for you?
Well, there are really three. The first is whether there was theft of public money in which Jacob Zuma is implicated. And the answer to that has come through the litigation between the ANC and the DA last week. Right. Last Friday, there was a judgment that said it's fair comment to call the president of the country a thief. Now, I can't understand why any sensible political party would want to have as its presidential candidate a person in respect of whom it is fair comment to say he's a thief. The second aspect is whether there is any fraud on his part. You will remember, no, maybe you weren't, you're too young, Tony Yangeni went to jail because he defrauded Parliament. He lied to Parliament about some benefits he got out of the arms deals. Right. And the question now is whether President Zuma has lied to Parliament when he told Parliament, no, it was the Zuma family who paid for the residences at Nkandla. And if that turns out, and it's very easy to determine by way of documentation, which was actually kept away from the public protector, but which the police on investigation could easily get access to. If that documentation shows that the security enhancements were not paid for by the Zuma family in any shape or form where they fall outside what is reasonable, then he's got a lot to answer for. And so his distraction tactic is to look to the problems in procurement rather than to his problems with misleading Parliament. That's an open question at the moment.
Do you think he's going to get away with it, or do you think he will have to answer for it eventually?
Well, it's foundational. The reason why the Institute for Accountability is involved in this thing, because we're not a party political organization at all. We seek to exact accountability and to promote responsiveness to the needs of ordinary people. And accountability is foundational to our constitutional order. We're a multi-party democracy under the rule of law. And if Jacob Zuma does not account for what has happened at Nkandla, there will be a failure of the rule of law and there will be an undermining of our constitutional order. And that is something that needs to be resisted, both within the ANC and in general. So the purpose of this petition that is available online, it's an Avaz, a worldwide Avaz petition, and anybody can go to it by simply asking Mother Google if A is A, because that is our web address, IFAISA. And if A is A gives you access to a very simple procedure where you can sign online. People who aren't online, probably not watching this,
but they're not watching this.
They can send their support to PO Box 33, Noordhoek 7979.
Okay, great. So you mentioned theft, corruption, fraud.
Yes, those three, yeah. The corruption we didn't get to because you asked me another question before I answered it. But the corruption aspect is obviously private gain using public money. And it seems that there was plenty of prima facie evidence of that in the Public Protector's 400-page report.